Hi, this is Ray. So, like what we need to understand is that what we're talking about is like selflessness, you know? Um, in the middle of a confusing like conundrum like about the revolutionary, where really the conundrum of the revolutionary would suggest um, that Jesus Christ had chosen everybody for his Christianity. So, in the middle of that conundrum, what is like other than selflessness? Well, that's the interesting thing, is that you can get into some really interesting conversations about freedom of religion. For instance, that religion doesn't hurt anybody. Religion is not dangerous. You know, um, we want religion to be born again and come back to life. Like we are a born again Christian, and we prefer to have religion, because it's a dangerous thing. It's not this kind of thing that's going to hurt somebody. It's religion, you know, and so that we want freedom of religion because well, it's as if to say that somebody was defending freedom of religion. You know what I mean? And in the process of defending freedom of religion, that this person was also being defended like by the Constitution of the United States of America, you know. And so that's the interesting thing. One of the interesting things about Fascination Street. Are we going to miss the meaning of the Constitution if we did not think about this conundrum of the revolutionary, for instance, because that's kind of what you could say about the Constitution of the United States of America and freedom of religion, is that they're actually having a debate about the revolutionary and from the Constitution. So selflessness, is what I might say. That lots of people could, call the plays like for the concept, Fascination Street. I mean, it would be silly to say that I was the only person that has like something to say about that subject. It really would. It'd be silly to say that. And so, what I would say is that Christianity and selflessness are not always like opposing. You know what I mean? They're not always opposing philosophically. They do not necessarily, create an opposition, with Christianity and selflessness. And, there's just a lot of things that you can get mixed up in or mixed up about. For instance, that, you could say that that we have a conundrum about homeless people listen. Homeless people listen when somebody else is talking. Homeless people listen when somebody else is talking. And like, what is that supposed to mean? You know what I mean? And so one thing that you could say is that homeless people listen, when somebody else is communicating, or homeless people listen when somebody else is trying to communicate, and theoretically, the other thing that you could say is that we're actually talking about the Constitution of the United States of America with freedom of religion and the revolutionary from the Bible. So this is pretty sophisticated, and maybe that's all I really need to say about the subject. And there's plenty of intelligent people in this world. Jesus is Lord.